What's good, everyone? This is RawTruth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Please like and share this video throughout all social media platforms. There's a lot that I have to say about this game, but shout out to Bethune Cookman. They played very hard in this season. One thing I noticed more than ever is that Bethune Cookman has a very solid D-line. I knew that coming in. And they were going to make things difficult on the Jackson State offensive line. That game against Miami beat them 48-7. Miami, I thought, was going to win more than that because they've been on fire so far. But the fight that Bethune had, and sorry for the background noise, but let me digress. The grit, the toughness that they had, it showed again against Jackson State. Now, Jackson State, I knew this was going to be a problem, playing 4 straight away games, not playing a home game. The team looked exhausted. And I'm not going to blame the team for looking like that. They're human. They're not robots. And I think it's disrespectful. A team that won back-to-back SWAC championships, having a schedule like that I wouldn't wish that schedule starting out, of course, on my worst enemy. Four straight away games. You got to travel a lot. Your preparation is different when you're going to an away game. And I get it. The SWAC wants Jackson State to fund all the away games and the neutral site games. I get all that, but everybody else got to do their part. That stuff is costly. You can't expect JSU fans to pack out away stadiums like they did against Southern. Not everybody has it like that. I ain't making no excuses, but just keeping it real. But that's just my opinion. So Jackson State needed this bye week. Upcoming, that is. They need it in the worst way. They have a lot of injuries. They have injuries to the kicking position, the punting position. Some offensive line was out. Some defensive line was out. And they had to make it work. But the haters are not going to talk about that because they're going to, number one, there's what they're going to do. They're going to diss Bethune-Cookman by acting like they're a trash team. I think Bethune plays hard, and Bethune may win more games than what people realize. The film states that. Jason Brown, I don't know if he's banged up. I don't know if it's exhaustion, but he was off this game. I still think he's a good quarterback, and with this bye week, he can recuperate, get back to the fundamentals. I like the plays. There was some missed deep shots by the Jackson State offense. It just didn't connect. The running game is top-notch. Irv Mulligan. And then Ahmad Miller, who is Aubrey Miller's brother, is that dude. Irv Mulligan may rush for 1,000+ yards. And now people are taking notice. This brother has showed up every single game. Every single game he has showed up and proved to be the number one threat to opposing teams. Going forward in the SWAC, when teams play against Jackson State, their whole objective is to stop Irv Mulligan. Since teams are going to do that, the offense needs to connect on these passes. Don't expect Jackson State to throw for 90 yards in a game. I repeat, only 90 yards in the game. I don't know if it's fatigue or the road trip, but the offense definitely needs some rest, quote unquote, to get rejuvenated to execute to the standards that they know they should be executing. Again, I'm not trying to be too harsh with this team because I know that the starting schedule was brutal. Not even the teams in 21 and 22 had a schedule like that. 4 4 straight away games. A bunch of traveling. No set schedules. And if you were a former athlete, you know what I'm talking about. Jason Brown can win a lot of games in this conference. It's all about rhythm, timing, and knowing where the receiver's supposed to go. One thing that Jackson State can count on is Rico Powers. Rico Powers, again, all reliable, 7 catches, 60 yards, and they needed all of those 60 yards. He probably would be leading the SWAC in receiving yards if the Texas State DBs weren't holding all the game, and that's another subject for a different day. But Jackson State fans, don't worry. In the words of Aaron Rodgers, relax. Y'all be just fine. It was a shitty game. Trust me, it was a bad game. A lot of penalties. The SWAC refs were terrible. You're better off having high school refs than the SWAC refs. Like, who hires these guys? I'm not trying to be mean, but I got to be real with y'all. Horrible officiating. In conclusion, for Bethune Cookman, you have a lot looking forward to throughout the season. Just keep listening to your coach. Continue to work hard. You got the athletes. Everybody knows that. Florida produces the best type of athletes in the country, the whole world. You somewhat have a vision of what this team could be. If number 5, Luke Sproul, if I'm saying his name wrong, please correct me. If he's healthy, that bodes well for Bethune Cookman. I think he's a solid player. He's kind of Musa-ish. I'm not saying he's Jeremy Musa, but he's Musa-ish. That should bode well. You never know. Maybe Bethune Cookman may steal some wins. Let's see on that. And now for Jackson State, what Jackson State needs to do is heal up, go to the drawing board, work on nothing but fundamentals, and they're going to do this anyway, and look to start another run. Shout out to TC Taylor. He's above 500 for now. He's 3-2. And he wasn't given the benefit of the doubt of a first-year head coach. He's made no excuses. The players love him. He's recruiting really well. And he's adding quarterback depth. If you not have seen Ethan Terrell, he plays at Louisville High School in Texas, broke a lot of records. He's committed to Jackson State. He's adding quarterbacks throughout each class. Depth. He's adding offensive linemen in depth, DBs, running backs, you name it. So there's a lot to look forward to if you're a Jackson State fan. But this is RawTruth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Stay blessed and have a great day.